All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about our second day of simplifying radicals. So yesterday we got our first taste of it. Today we're going to expand on that a little bit. So remember, a radical is a math, or it's just really a number with a square root. So a number with a square root. All right, so let's look at an example. Now, this one's going to look a little bit different than yesterday, and the reason it looks different is because now we get this number that's already sitting on the outside. But don't worry about that. We don't have to worry too hard, so we're just going to sit there and draw a line and separate it for a minute, and we're going to continue on normally. So let's get to 48 here for a minute. So when I come over here and I try to break down 48, I know that 2 is going to go into 48 24 times, right? So we start making that factor tree. Since 2 can't get any smaller, we circle it. Now let's go to 24. We're going to repeat the process. What number goes into 24? Well, 2 does. 12 times. So 2 is again an ending number, so we circle it. 12 can be broken down into 2 and 6 can be broken down into 2 and 3. Now remember, if you didn't break this down the same way I did, that's okay. You can definitely still get the same answer, even if you broke it down a little bit differently. Now, once we get here, what we do is we take these circled numbers, I call them our code, and we come over here and we just rewrite them. So I'm going to have that 3. Now, hold on. This is where that 3 comes back. That 3 is on the outside, so I'm going to keep that on the outside when I rewrite my code. And remember, the place we rewrite our code is inside of the square root. So I have a 2, a 2, a 2, a 2, and a 3, so I'm going to write 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Now, just like yesterday, we still do that 2-for-1 special. So anytime we have 2 of the same number, we pull one of them to the outside. So once we do that, the 2 that were on the inside are gone. 2 on the inside means 1 on the outside. Those 2 disappear. Now, since we did not have 2 3s that were on the inside, I can't pull any 3s out, and this 3 is actually locked inside this square root. It's going to stay in there. It's going to be the only thing because the 2s are gone. Now, on the outside, this is that new part. Now I have 3 numbers on the outside. Just like we learned yesterday, we just multiply all of the outside numbers together. So 2 times 2, that's going to give us 4, and 4 times 3 is going to give us 12. Or on your calculator, you could have come over and just punched in 2 times 2 times 3. And you would have also gotten 12. And this would actually be our final answer. Nice job. Let's do another one. So here's 80. So again, even though we have a 6 on the outside, we're going to pretend it's not there for a minute. Let's just break down 80. So 80 is 2 and 20 is 2. Oh, not 2 and 20, Block. You're making mistakes. 2 and 40, how about? 40 is going to be 2 and 20. 20 is going to be 2 and 10. 10 is going to be 2 and 5. And remember, these are all of our ending pieces. They don't break down and get any smaller. So when I come over here and I rewrite this now, I'm going to have 6 square roots of 2, 2, 2, 2, 5. 2, 2, 2, 2, 5. So coming on over, this is what we need to do next, right? So now we look at it and we just say, let's do our 2-for-1 special. We had 2 2s, so we're going to pull a 2 to the outside. We have another 2 2s, we're going to pull another 2 over here. So there are those 2 2s. And remember, once we circle them and pull them out, we're done, right? It's that 2-for-1 special, they're gone. The only thing left over is the 5, so that's going to stay inside here. And then on the outside, 2 times 2 times 6, let's just use a calculator to show you we can do it this way too. 2 times 2 times 6 is 24, and since that's on the outside already, we're going to get 24 on the outside of our answer over here. Nice job. Let's look at another one. I don't want to look at that 45. Let's do this one for a minute. 105. Now, 105 is a weird number, so I'm going to use a calculator just to help me out. So 105, I know since it ends in 5 that a 5 should be able to go in. So if I take 105 divided by 5, I'm going to have 5 going in 21 times. Now 21 is just 3 times 7. And none of these numbers break down any further. So when I rewrite this, I'm going to have a 2 on the outside, and then a 3, a 5, and a 7. Now, kids, if I don't have a 2-for-1 special, I can't do anything with that. So my only thing I can do is just push all of these back into one number. So I'm going to have a 2 over here, and then since each of these is just being multiplied 3 times 5 times 7, we just get 105, 105. Now, I just want you to think for a minute. Isn't that what this is? Right? And so what that means is that we just weren't able to actually simplify it, and that is okay. Not every square root can be simplified. I'm betting you're looking at this one and saying, Block, what the heck do we do with that negative? And I get that. It's nothing to actually worry yourselves about. So let's look at this for a minute. When we break this down, we're just going to forget about the 2. So we're going to come over here and we're going to break down 54. So 54 will be 9 and 6. And 9 is 3 and 3. And those are ending numbers, so we'll circle them. And then 6 is going to be 3 and 2. So we'll circle them too. So that means we can rewrite this. Now remember, the negative 2 was on the outside, so it's going to stay on the outside. So negative 2. And then the square root of, and this is where our code goes. So our code, the smallest number was 2, and then we had 3 3s. So I'm going to have 3, 3, 3. Now when we do this, we do the 2-for-1 special. As long as you have 2 of the same thing, you can pull one of those to the outside, and then these 2 disappear. So now hold on, this is not, let's be very careful, this is not 3 minus 2. This is 3 times negative 2, which is a negative 6 on the outside. And then on the inside, we just multiply the pieces. If there's multiple things on the inside that didn't combine, we just multiply them back together. So 2 times 3 is going to give me a 6 on the inside. Not so bad. What else do we got here? Let's see. Oh my gosh, brand new topic. We have letters. Okay, here we go. Let's tackle this together. So this is how you're going to do it. Let's go. So 72. When we do this, we're going to break this down. We're going to separate it. We are really good, I think, at doing the number right now. So we just want to continue to do that number part. So 72. What goes into 72? Well, 2 does 36 times. So I can write 2 and 36. And what goes into 36? Well, it's an even number, so I know 2 is going to go in again. Excuse me. 36 divided by 2 is going to give us 18. 18 is just 2 times 9, and 9 is naturally 3 times 3. And none of these numbers get smaller, so those are all of our ending branches, so that's how we can rewrite that part. Now, the a to the third part gets a little weird, but just look how we handle it. So we're going to rewrite it, and we're going to say 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, right? Just because all of those are my circles. And now when you have a letter inside, you just want to write that same letter as many times as that exponent has. So this one's a to the third, so I'm going to have A. Now, when we do this, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do that 2-for-1 special again. Anytime you have 2 of the same thing on the inside, you get to pull one of those things to the outside. So we had 2 2s. We also have 2 3s over here. And then look at this. We actually have 2 A's as well. So we're going to repeat that process. And we're going to pull our A out over here. Now these go away. So when we rewrite this, what was left on the inside? Well, we had a 2 and we had an A. So we have 2A that's on the inside. On the outside, we just need to multiply these together. So 3 times 2, that's going to be 6. And since there was an A, we're going to have 1A on the outside as well. So this really actually isn't that bad when we have these letters. We just need to write them out. Let's look at a harder one. How about this one? 24e to the 10th. So again, we break it down the same way. Let's worry about the number first. So if I have 24, that's just 12 times 2. And 12 is 6 times 2. And 6 is just 3 times 2. And those are all my ending numbers. So when I rewrite this, I'm going to have the square root of 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now, I had 10 E's on the inside. So I need to just come over here and write E, 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 E. That's 5 of them. E, 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 E. Now, remember, this is when we do our 2-for-1 special. 2 of the same thing means you can pull one of those to the outside. Now, look at the E's. I have 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there. So I'm going to be able to pull out 5 groups of E. Now, if I pull out 5 E's, the way we say that in math is E to the 5th. So on the outside, I'm going to have that 2, and then normally we put our variable second, so I'm going to have E to the 5th over here. And then what was left over inside? Well, these are all gone because they got pulled out. They got 2 for 1. So we just have a 3 and a 2, which multiply to give us a 6. So this will be our final answer. Let's do one more of these together. So let's do this one over here, 36a. So breaking this down, 36, that's just 6 times 6, and 6 is 3 times 2, and 3 times 2. So we're going to be able to rewrite this as the square root of, we had 2 2's and 2 3's, and then don't forget about the a, right? The a is still in there. If there's only one, we can't write it out or stretch it out any further. Now, let's do that 2 for 1 special. 2 of the same thing means 1 gets pulled to the outside. 2 of the same thing means one of those gets pulled to the outside. Now, if you notice, we only had one A. So we can't pull anything to the outside in terms of that. 3 times 2 gives us a 6 on the outside, and that A wasn't able to pair up, so he's stuck inside all alone. Thank you guys so much for watching the full video. If you have any questions, just make sure you're reaching out and asking. We're going to keep working on this over the next few days, so you're going to get better and better at this. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day.